Hello and welcome back to Tournament 19 of Halo Ninja Warrior. 70 competitors have already attempted this first stage, with 4 of them being successful. Atlantic Champ, Vulcan 1610, Flame Vortex, and RPG 445 have earned their spot on Stage 2, but the other 66 competitors have found all sorts of ways to fail. So far, every obstacle has been failed at least once, with the majority of the damage coming from the first 3 obstacles. Experienced competitors like Game Types and Bradley Freakin had shocking failures, but the majority of this course's veterans will be running in this final Stage 1 episode. Out of our last 30 competitors, only 11 are newcomers, and this tournament has set a new record for returning contestants with an amazing 39 jumpers who are back for more. All 5 of the Xbox One All-Stars are ready for their shot at this first stage, and lots of other aspiring competitors are ready to make their names heard in the first ever 100 competitor tournament. Let's return to the action and find out who else can survive Stage 1. We are now down to our last 30 competitors. 70 have attempted Stage 1, only 4 have cleared. We're going to be moving on to a few newcomers here. We've got Savage Foolscrew. He is another newcomer at 71. A pretty high number here. Let's see how he handles the first obstacle of Stage 1. He's off. And, oh yeah, he is off. Okay, well, he didn't last very long on the quadruple step. Nice try, Screw. Let's see if our next guy can do better. We've got Shaky Wingu. I don't know. I'm just going to call him Shaky. Shaky's got that black-purple color going on. I like that. I'm a sucker for that color combination. I can't help it. But Shaky is looking pretty good here on the quadruple steps. He's taking his time, and he gets through it. Shaky onto the butterfly wall. Let's see if he can do this. He goes for a sprint jump, and he sticks the wall. No crouch. What a move right there. Good stuff from Shaky. Now, this is an obstacle you do not want to be shaky on. He's going for it. Oh, and he comes up short of the transition to the other window. He tried switching sides, it didn't work out. Now we've got Arc 407 making his first appearance on the course. Let's see how he does. We got a pink Spartan right here. He's on the first step. Now the second. Going for the third. He's climbing to the top of each one and jumping to the bottom. The slower technique, but it gets the job done. And he's onto the fourth step now for the dismount. He goes for it. Oh, Arc, he failed. What? Okay, I thought he made it, but apparently he went behind the dismount platform. Was not expecting that whatsoever. Anyway, after that, we had KCB Seahawks 24. He went out on the TIE Fighter. And then we had a returning competitor take a shot at the course. This was Clever Alchemist. He went out on the Jump Hang Kai, actually landed inside of it, and then failed. That's always one of the worst feelings. And then MTB Expert 180 proved that he was not an expert of the dismount on the TIE Fighter. He did all the hard stuff, but couldn't do the dismount. So that is very unfortunate. And we now have 76 competitors through with their Stage 1 runs, 4 clears, and the sun is setting here at Halo Ninja Warrior with 24 runs left.
I'm just happy to be competing again in tournaments. I've been putting a lot of practice in, and I'm excited to see how that translates to the course.
Returning to Halo Ninja Warrior for his 3rd time is Re95. While you may not be too familiar with him on this course, anyone who watches Ninja Warrior of Halo knows exactly who he is. Back in 2012, Ree became the first competitor to achieve total victory on Ninja Warrior of Halo.
Come on, you can do it, Ree. You're nearly there. Come on, Ree. Yes, 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 he's done it. And with 3.1 seconds still on the clock, Re95 has achieved total victory.
And just like that, he became the biggest star in the course's history. He made his debut on this course in Tournament 10, but the results weren't what we expected as he failed the jump hang on Stage 1. He returned in Tournament 12 and looked a little better, but still failed Stage 1 on the giant swing. Clearly, Ree's jumping days were not over, as he nearly made it back to the final stage in Ninja Warrior of Halo Tournament 16.
Can he do it again this time? He knows what he's doing. He goes for speed. He goes for it, Ree! No! No! It was so close!
Life then caused him to take a break from jumping, but now we are seeing him return to Halo Ninja Warrior for the first time in 7 tournaments. let's see how the Ninja Warrior of Halo Grand Champion handles his return.
Guttery.
Getting a little support right there from the All-Star DHG Fireball. I think everyone wants to see Ree do well on Halo Ninja Warrior. After seeing what he's done on Ninja Warrior of Halo, you want to see some of that magic here on this course. And he gets it started with a nice run on the first obstacle. Now he's onto the butterfly wall. Okay, he crouches really early there, but he made it work. And now he's onto the TIE Fighter, a very tricky obstacle. Clearly, it's been giving a lot of the less experienced competitors trouble, but not Ree. He gets through it. He's onto the jump hang kai. Can he make it? He bounces, and Ree is into it. He beat this obstacle in Tournament 12 on his last appearance, and now he's onto the bridge jump. He's going for the first pallet, skips to the third pallet, and he's into the head slide. Ree is onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? He does get up into one. Ree with a nice run right now. He's on the flying chute. He goes for it and he gets it. No save jump. Ree is through the flying chute. He's got 2 obstacles left with 40 seconds on the clock. Can Ree do this? He's onto the Tarzan rope. Come on, Ree. No save jump, but he sticks on. And he's going through the head slide. Ree has plenty of time onto the lumberjack climb. Can he do it? Ree is climbing up. Oh my goodness, he almost overshot that ledge. But he didn't. He saved it. Come on, Ree, take your time. Just clear this stage. Ree 95, the Ninja Warrior of Halo Grand Champion, is, with a miss on the first melee of the landmine, he will move on to stage 2. 13.9 seconds left on the clock. That was outstanding from the Grand Champion of Hunter's Course. Look at that run. He was so smooth. This flying chute, if you can pull it off without a save jump, then props to you, because that is no easy task. And then look at this save he got right here. He almost overshot that, but an incredible save jump.
Let's go.
Nice.
You can just hear how happy the other competitors are to see Ree clear the first stage. So happy to see Ree finally move on to stage 2. It is only his 3rd appearance on this course, but he is the 5th competitor to move on to stage 2 in Tournament 19. And you know what? Back when he did achieve total victory in Ninja Warrior of Halo Tournament 4, you know who was right there watching with him? It was Drago is sick. Now changed his gamer tag to Drago is back. He did make his return in the last tournament where he failed the jump hang kai. This guy was an all-star on the Xbox 360, the first competitor to ever get to the final stage, and also the first competitor to get to the final stage for a 2nd time. So this dude has a lot of records on the course. Hunter did actually beat his consecutive stage 3 streak in the last tournament. So that's one record Drago doesn't have anymore. But Drago's trying to get back on track. You know, he failed the jump hang kai, and he's looking pretty good right here on stage 1 so far. But this is his revenge moment. He goes for it. He bounces, and Drago gets into it. Now don't fail inside. He's hopping through, and Drago with a little improvement over the last tournament. Now he's onto the bridge jump. 1st, 2nd, 3rd pallet into the head slide. That was as clean as you can do that obstacle, without going too fast anyway. But now he's onto the warped wall. Doesn't get up it on his 1st attempt. Can he get up it in 2? Didn't get much of a run up. You might need a little more than that. Drago going for it on the 3rd time. He is struggling on the warped wall. He can't get up it again. Drago, come on. Now is the time to get up this wall. There we go. He's got to hustle now. 33 seconds onto the flying chute. He goes for it, and he completely misses the pole. Drago is back in the water of stage 1, his 2nd tournament in a row, 3rd appearance in a row, failing stage 1. That is a shame to see Drago go out like that. He just jumped a little too early on the flying chute. You never know. He might have been able to make it if he had cleared that obstacle, but we will not see Drago make a return to stage 2 in Tournament 19. And then after that, no one else was really ready for the challenge. We had Cap Tempest, who wasn't even ready for the first obstacle, honestly. He got started, and, well, actually, no, he really didn't. After that, we had Elite MKB at number 80. He made it to stage 2 back in Tournament 17, missed the last tournament, came back here and failed the jump hang kai. And then Fire Ranger 198, another victim of that first jump. Havokzilla, however, got to the butterfly wall, and that save jump just put him back in the water. And now we are moving on to another veteran here on stage 1. We have Killer Demand making his 12th appearance on the course. In the last tournament, he went for the jump hang kai, got a bad bounce, and didn't even get close to landing inside of it. Killer Man, this guy has cleared quite a few stage 1s in the past. He had an amazing Tournament 16 wrapping up MCC, getting deep into stage 3, but since then, he has not beat stage 1. And he is trying to change that right now. He is onto the TIE Fighter. He's gonna go back and forth. Killer Man got through this obstacle last time. All right, he's got it. Now he's onto the Jump Hang Kai. This is where he failed last time. He goes, he bounces, and Killer Man is into the Jump Hang Kai. Now it's time to hop through it. All right, Killer, being very cautious on that dismount, walks to the lower ledge, and now he's onto the bridge jump. First pallet, he kind of hesitates on him. Interesting technique, but Killer makes it work, landing right in the middle of each pallet. Now for the warped wall. Can he get up and in one? Yes, Killer is up and in one. Now for the flying chute, he goes for it. Killer gets onto it, he jumps, and he is flying into the water. Killer Man fails stage 1 again. 3 tournaments in a row of failing stage 1 for Killer Man, but that flying chute can take anyone out at any time. And our next competitor is also someone who's been struggling with stage 1 lately. Making his 15th straight appearance on Halo Ninja Warrior is Sane the Legend. Sane has the second longest streak of appearances, as he hasn't missed a run since his debut in Tournament 5. Despite his proficiency in jumping, as well as forging many jump maps on Halo, his results haven't lived up to the expectations. He's only defeated stage 1 4 times, and he has made it to the 3rd stage twice, but he's also failed stage 1 10 times. 2 of those were in the last 2 tournaments, where he got deep into stage 1, first timing out on the rope climb in 17, then failing the flying chute in 18. Now for the 3rd time on Halo 5, we'll watch as Sane tries to prove himself on the 1st stage. Sane's runs always just seem to come down to the wire. Oh man, I don't know if I can handle the stress of watching Sane run again, but here we go. Sane the Legend, number 84 on stage 1, and already a close call there on the 3rd step, but he corrects himself, and now he's on to the butterfly wall. Sane goes for it with the sprint jump. He hits it, and he's on to the TIE Fighter. Sane the Legend, he's going to stick with the left window, and he's looking really good right now. Gets all the way to the bottom, makes it to the Jump Hang Kai. Oh, it looks like he's a lefty. He's going to the left side, and he gets into it, and he's going to go around the outside on the left side, something we very rarely see. But Sane the Legend gets it. Now he's on to the bridge jump. First pallet skips to the 3rd pallet, and Sane the Legend has got it. All right, he's onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? Yes, he can. Now time for vengeance. He failed this last time. He goes for it. And Sane the Legend, with a save jump, gets the flying chute. He is on to the Tarzan rope. Can Sane the Legend do it? He's got a good amount of time left. Come on, Sane. 32 seconds. He goes right for it, makes the head slide. And now he is on to the lumberjack climb, skips to the 2nd ledge. And Sane the Legend is climbing. 2 steps left. No, he comes up short. Come on, save it. No, Sane the Legend is out on stage 1, the last obstacle again. Sane the Legend was there. He was right there, but he missed the jump and had no opportunities to save it on the way down. Sane failing at the end of stage 1 again at the hands of the lumberjack climb. That obstacle has struck so many times this tournament. Anyway, after that, Death King 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 knows how to count clearly, but he was too busy counting, failed the quintuple step. Next up, we had Split Wire 873. He just started crouching sporadically in midair and failed stage 1. And then we had Asians. The veteran returned to the course, and he was on the TIE Fighter when he just, yeah, he hit his head, and he failed. Asians out on stage 1. He made it to stage 2 back in Tournament 17. You know who else made it to stage 2 in Tournament 17? Patty freaking did. He did come back for the last tournament where he was another victim of the Jump Hang Kai. He actually got into it and tried to transition to the outside where he ended up failing. Now let's see how Patty does here on Tournament 19. Also another competitor trying to get back on track. He is through the first obstacle very smoothly. Now for the butterfly wall. He goes for it, and he went really high on that butterfly wall, but he pulled it off. Now the TIE Fighter jumping back and forth. He's looking good. He gets it. Patty, for revenge, goes to the Jump Hang Kai. He bounces. He's into it. Is he going to go back around the outside? No, he's going to stay inside this time. And Patty gets through the jump hang high. Now for the bridge jump. First pallet, third pallet, he's got it. Patty freaking going on to the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? Patty is up it in one. Now for the flying chute, he goes for it. He slides down, he goes, and he doesn't get a save jump, and he doesn't make the flying chute. Patty freaking was looking so good on stage 1 up until that flying chute. I can't believe he's out on stage 1 for the second tournament in a row. This next guy, he knows what it's like to fail the flying chute. This is Snaz. He failed it in both of his last 2 appearances. When you fail an obstacle twice in a row, you know that's the obstacle you want revenge on. Snaz has to get there though. He's starting on the quintuple step and he gets through it super smooth. Now he's onto the butterfly wall.
Come on.
And some weird stuff going on in the party chat.
Yeah, what Gary said.
That might be a little distracting. Snozberries is through the TIE Fighter now for the jump hang kai. He jumps, he bounces, he's into it. He's one of the few competitors who has beat this obstacle in every tournament that it's been in. He keeps that streak alive. Now for the bridge jump. He did this obstacle in tournament 11. First pallet, third pallet, Snaz is through the bridge jump. Now onto the warped wall. He wants to get up it in 1. And he does. Now it's time for revenge. 2 tournaments of failing this obstacle in a row. Don't make it 3. Snaz gets it.
Wow. Oh, no.
Oh, it was close there.
I almost gave up short.
But he manages to beat the flying chute. Now 2 obstacles remain. Snaz does not want to take these for granted. He's seen plenty of competitors fail these. He gets through the Tarzan rope. Now Sane just failed this obstacle earlier. Gary is making weird noises.
Not now, Gary.
This might be awkward.
Yeah.
Not now, Gary.
Snaz has done it.
How much time?
Gary. Gary, the timing of that was impeccable, brother. Not right now.
Way to go, Snaz. Fighting through the distractions of an Xbox Live party chat and Gary. That was well done. He is now our 6th stage 1 clear. And at the hands of that very memorable stage 1 performance from Snaz, we are now on to number 90. Our last newcomer of the tournament, it's Demigods. Let's see if he has the powers of a demigod on stage 1. So far, looking pretty nice through the first obstacle. Now he's on to the butterfly wall. Demigods, dude, I like to call him DG. DG, this guy's a pretty good Halo basketball player. And now he is on to the TIE Fighter. All right. You can tell he's worried about this obstacle, meleeing the ground before it. All right. He's doing pretty well right now. Can he get the dismount? He hasn't gone for it yet, and Demigods comes up short on the TIE Fighter. Looked like he would have had a chance, and oh, there's Snaz again. Watching on as Demigods gets so close to beating that TIE Fighter, but couldn't quite pull it off. And that's it for newcomers in Tournament 19. And with that, the sun, he is gone. It is nighttime for Tournament 19. 90 attempts at stage 1, 6 clears. And we are on to number 91. Who is it going to be? It is actually a newly appointed veteran of the course. We have Siren. Chris, as we like to call him, he got to stage 2 in the last tournament. That was his 2nd time beating stage 1. So he's a veteran now. Let's see how he handles this first stage. Chris, look at that speed on the first obstacle. Gets through it really fast. Now onto the butterfly wall. Does that obstacle in no time as well. He is now on to the TIE Fighter, jumping back and forth. Looking really good. He's got it. Onto the jump hang kai. He bounces. He's into it. All right, first peg. Second. He's through the jump hang kai, more than about halfway through the course right now. Onto the bridge jump. He gets that as well. And Chris is going to face off with the warped wall. Is he up it in 1? Yes, he is. Chris onto the flying chute. He goes for it. Chris sticks the landing. No save jump. What a run right there. That was so smooth. He didn't bounce or anything. He just landed right on that pole. Now for the Tarzan rope. He goes right into it. Chris is going really fast right now. And he skips to the second peg of the lumberjack climb. Look at Chris trying to get back to stage 2. And he does it for his 2nd tournament in a row. That was a great run from the new veteran. 29.3 seconds left on the clock. I believe that puts him at the 4th fastest stage 1 clear of all time, 29.3. Well done, Chris, at the top of that leaderboard right there, number 91. The fastest time through stage 1 so far. And that is our 7th clear of this tournament. And we've got another veteran up next, this one though making his 14th appearance at the course. We last saw him in tournament 17 where he did fail the flying chute. Expose has been around since tournament 4. Back then he was a newcomer that made it all the way to stage 3, so he got off to a really good start. We haven't seen too much from him on Halo 5 though. Let's see how he handles tournament 19's first stage onto the butterfly wall, and he fails it. Expose is out early on stage 1. That's unbelievable. He went for it, tried to get a jump off, but I guess he slipped and didn't even get to attempt the dismount. That's heartbreaking for Expose. And once again, this butterfly wall just comes out of nowhere, and when you least expect it, competitors fail it. Well, we know our next competitor doesn't plan on failing any first stage obstacles. Returning from his dominant Tournament 18 run is Sauron Sucks. Sauron made his debut in Tournament 17, where a strong qualifying performance put him on the map. His Stage 1 run started off strong, but he was no match for the flying chute. He learned from his mistakes and came back for Tournament 18, where he showed everyone what he's all about. He was the last competitor to beat Stage 1, and also successfully defeated Stage 2. On Stage 3, he put on a show by beating the crazy cliffhanger, but went out on the transition of the vertical limit Kai. After a breakout run from Sauron, let's see how he continues into Tournament 19. Sauron trying to continue the success that he's had on Halo 5. When it comes to Spartan Sasuke, he has made it to the 3rd stage multiple times there, and now he wants to make it to the 3rd stage multiple times on Halo Ninja Warrior, but you gotta start by beating Stage 1. Let's see if Sauron can do it onto the butterfly wall. He gets over that. Now he's onto the TIE Fighter. He's also doing the one window technique, and it works for him. He gets all the way to the bottom, a couple extra save jumps in there, and now he's onto the jump hang Kai. Sauron goes for it, he bounces, he's into it. Now climbing through the middle. Sauron Sucks is through that obstacle as well. For the bridge jump, he's onto the first pallet and the 3rd, and he goes super fast through that obstacle. Sauron onto the warped wall, an interesting technique right there, and surprisingly, it doesn't work. Sauron going for a 2nd attempt that time. He gets up it easily, and now he's onto the flying chute. He goes for it, and Sauron gets it. The obstacle he failed on his debut, he does not fail it in Tournament 19. Now he's moving on to the Tarzan rope. He gets onto it. He's in the head slide. Sauron is onto the last obstacle with 30 seconds left. Look at Sauron go. This guy looking like such a solid competitor right now. He's climbing, and Sauron Sucks. He is going back to Stage 2. That Tournament 18 run was no fluke. This dude is a serious competitor. 20.1 seconds left on the clock. He has done it. What an outstanding run. Sauron just continues to impress us, and that is now 8 competitors moving on to Stage 2. And with 93 runs done, we are getting pretty close to the end of this tournament, but up next is another veteran. This is Weapon Matt, who had a very shocking first stage failure in the last tournament. He went out on the swinging pendulum, same as Alpha Puma. He was number 49. He came off of 2 first place finishes in a row too, so put that into perspective. Gets first place in 16, first place in 17, and then fails Stage 1. That was a huge shock, and Weapon Matt actually took a little bit of time getting through that first obstacle, but he does it, and now he's on to the TIE Fighter. Bouncing back and forth. Looking good right now. Weapon Matt gets through it. And for the jump hang Kai, he jumps, bounces, and he's into it. Weapon Matt gonna go around the outside. He doesn't seem to be too worried about finishing fast. He just wants to beat Stage 1. Alright, Weapon Matt. He gets the dismount. Now he's onto the bridge jump. He is walking between obstacles. Okay, and he's taking each pallet individually. Look at Weapon Matt go. Alright, he's still got 40 seconds as he takes his first attempt at the warped wall, and he gets up it. Now he's onto the flying chute. Can he do it? He slides down, and he sticks it. Another competitor doing this without a save jump. Is the flying chute easier this tournament? I can't really say that because a few good competitors have failed it, but now Weapon Matt with 2 obstacles left, a little over 20 seconds. He's gonna need to hurry, but he fails the Tarzan rope. Weapon Matt out on stage 1 for the second tournament in a row. I don't believe it. The Tarzan rope strikes again. What is it with these last two obstacles? They're not supposed to be harder than the flying chute, but our competitors are taking them for granted. And Weapon Matt makes such a huge mistake. He had it. He was going back to stage 2 if he could have just beat those last two simple obstacles. And you can see the disappointment in the crowd. That Tarzan rope and that lumberjack climb. Those last two obstacles, they are making a big impact on this tournament. And our next competitor actually does know a thing or two about failing the last obstacle of stage 1, but it wasn't in the last tournament because he did clear stage 1 in tournament 18. This is Pixel Projects. He's been competing for quite a while now. But yeah, that last obstacle failure I'm referring to is in tournament 16. He got all the way to the last obstacle. Could have had the fastest time on stage 1, honestly, but then he made a very simple mistake. So Pixel obviously does not want to make that mistake here. He is one of the competitors who has also beat the Jump Hang Kai in every tournament that it's been in, along with Snaz. And I think all the All-Stars too. So here goes Pixel, climbing on through it, and Pixel continues his domination of that obstacle. Now for the bridge jump. First pallet, third pallet. He's got it into the head slide and makes the dismount. Now for the warped wall. Up and in 1? No, not up and in 1. 50 seconds left though. All the time in the world for this guy. He gets up and on his second attempt. Now for the flying chute. Can he do it? He does it! No save jump! I don't believe it! It's crazy how competitors are doing this obstacle in Tournament 19. Now for the last two obstacles, Weapon Matt just failed this. Pixel does the smart thing, gets the save jump, and he's going through the head slide. Now one obstacle left. Can Pixel do it? He's got to climb these crouch jumps. Oh, almost came up short there, but he's doing it. Pixel Projects looking good, and he's going back to stage 2. That is his third tournament in a row, making it to stage 2. 17.1 seconds left. What a great run from the veteran. And we now have 9 competitors on stage 2. We are on track for quite a few clears here. And now we are finally moving on to the final 5 competitors of Tournament 19. It's time for the All-Stars. The first All-Star to take on Tournament 19 is Alpha Puma. Puma is coming off of a shocking Stage 1 failure in the last tournament, where the swinging pendulum left him in the ocean. Alpha Puma's career got off to a hot start when he cleared Stage 1 for the first time on his second appearance, and then made it to Stage 3 on his third try. He ended up making it to the third stage 4 times in a row, and looked like the favorite to reach the final stage on MCC. Puma practiced harder than anybody to beat the course, and nobody got closer to beating Stage 3 than he did in both tournaments 14 and 15. Then, a shocking second stage failure in Tournament 16 made him rethink his approach to the course. He spent less time practicing in an attempt to put less pressure on himself, and it worked as he made it back to Stage 3 in Tournament 17. Going into Tournament 18, he received the number 50, making him the last competitor to run Stage 1, and the pressure clearly got to him. After things didn't go according to plan on the swinging pendulum, he had to readjust his technique, and he wasn't quite ready. He failed Stage 1 for the first time since his debut in Tournament 10, and has now only made it to the third stage on 1 of his last 3 appearances. This is also his 10th time competing today, so now is the perfect time for Puma to get his career back on track, starting with Stage 1. It's always very intriguing to me to see how competitors respond to a first stage failure. Alpha Puma, obviously an all-star, he has lots of pride on this course, and very high expectations for himself. Let's see if he can do better than Weapon Matt did. Weapon Matt failed the same obstacle as Puma in the last tournament, and he failed this first stage. Puma does not want to end up like Weapon Matt. Puma onto the butterfly wall right now. It looked like he didn't even land on it, but I guess he did. He's onto the TIE Fighter, jumping back and forth. And Puma knows how to make obstacles look easy. This dude is a professional. He is an all-star for a reason. He's onto the Jump Hang Kai, and he's into it, and he's looking to the left side. An interesting technique there. That's a little blast from the past. If you go back to Tournament 12, there's a competitor who did that technique. Now Puma on the bridge jump does it nice and fast. Look at Puma go onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? Yes, he can. Puma onto the flying chute. This is a huge obstacle. He is taking his time. He knows he has time to spare, but he has to do this obstacle. He goes for it, and Puma does it. Another combatter. No save jump. This is crazy. Puma walking to the Tarzan rope. Time is clearly not an issue for him. He's not worried about that. He gets the save jump. Puma, of course, the commissioner of the Save Jump Academy. And with 16 seconds, he's on to the last obstacle. If he doesn't make a mistake, he should be fine on time. Alpha Puma, the klaxon is sounding, but he reaches the top, and Puma makes it back to stage 2, putting Tournament 18 behind him. Alpha Puma already moving on. What a great run. The jump hang kai, an obstacle he's done before. This time, though, wanted to jazz it up a little bit with an interesting technique, make it a little more fun. The flying chute, another competitor that didn't need a save jump. And then the last obstacle, he does it with ease.
Yes!
And that is definitely a sigh of relief from Alpha Puma. He feels good going back to stage 2. His dead body, oh, it's going crazy. All right, it goes flying through the air into the water. But his alive Spartan is indeed going to be going back to stage 2. And we had some more success on stage 1 right after the All-Star Go Tanks.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh my god,
There
dude.
we go.
I was shaking so
Dude, his
fucking
time.
much because
What is his time?
I was going so slow because I was shaking.
With 8.3 seconds left, he'll go back to stage 2. And also, Hunter Unit 751 kept his streak alive.
Hunter Unit 75. Woohoo! The streak that just keeps on giving.
So far, the All-Stars are 3 for 3, and we have 2 left, 2 competitors left, and already 12 stage 1 clears. That list is getting way too long on the side of the screen. I don't think we can have any more of that. So, we're moving on to our 4th All-Star and the first new All-Star. Making his first appearance as an All-Star is DHG Fireball. It didn't take long for Fireball to gain recognition on this course, as he is one of 6 competitors to make it all the way to stage 3 on his very first appearance. That impressive debut came in the final Xbox 360 tournament, but when it was time to move on to the Xbox One, some wondered if Fireball was a one-hit wonder. He failed stage 1 in tournament 13, and then stage 2 in tournament 14. It wasn't until tournament 15 that he made it back to stage 3, but he's made it there in every tournament since. 2 times he was able to make it all the way to the final jump, including in the very last tournament, but both times he failed to even jump off the pole. After making it to stage 3 4 tournaments in a row, Fireball was named an Xbox One All-Star. Being the youngest and least experienced of that group, Fireball has shown as much skill and dedication as any of the All-Stars, and plans to make it count here in Tournament 19. Fireball has looked almost invulnerable on the first 2 stages lately. It's just that 3rd stage that gives him problems, but let's see if he can keep his stage 1 streak alive. He hasn't failed stage 1 since tournament 13, 6 tournaments ago. Let's see what he's got right here. He's onto the TIE Fighter. Another competitor who likes to stick to one side. And he is through it. Now on to the jump hang kai. He goes, he bounces, and he's into it. Fireball moving very nicely throughout this stage right now. All right, here we go. Bridge jump, first pallet, 3rd pallet. He's got it, and tons of time right now too. Can he get up the warped wall in 1? He does. He's got over 50 seconds left. He sprints into the flying chute, and he nails it. Fireball is flying through this course right now. He is not slowed down at all. This is unbelievable. 40 seconds left, and he's on to the last obstacle. How fast can he do this one? He skips going up. All right, he's doing it, and he hits the spring jump. DHG Fireball with 31.4 seconds left on stage 1. That is the 2nd fastest ever stage 1 clear time, only behind Drago is Sick in tournament 5. That is also only the 2nd time we've seen a competitor get more than 30 seconds. He just never stopped. I'm pretty sure he was holding sprint the entire way through. And DHG Fireball, on his first appearance as an All-Star, has in a way made history. I mean, if you look at it on the Xbox One, That's the fastest ever Stage 1 clear time. Wow, what a run from DHG Fireball. And that's already an early sign of why this guy is an all-star. And that means with only one competitor left, 13 people have defeated Stage 1. And it all comes down to this all-star. Can he do it again? The first competitor to ever wear number 100 in a Halo Ninja Warrior tournament is Double Ump. Ump is competing in his 12th tournament today, with his runs going all the way back to Tournament 2. Ump was a star of many jumping tournaments, including Spartan Warrior and Ninja Warrior of Halo, but his appearances on this course's Xbox 360 tournaments were very underwhelming. On all of his first 5 appearances, he failed Stage 1, and it seemed as though Ump had minimal interest in this course. When the first Xbox One tournament came around, the course saw a whole different side of Double Ump. He cleared the most difficult first stage in the course's history, and took it a step further by getting to Stage 3. He made it there again in the next tournament, and even overcame a first stage failure in Tournament 15, making it to Stage 3 twice after that. In the last tournament, Ump put on his best performance yet, becoming the first competitor to reach the final stage on Halo 5. Whilst climbing the tower, Ump went for all-out speed and missed a pole on the Heavenly Ladder. That run made it clear that Ump deserved to be an Xbox One All-Star, so now we will see how he handles that new rank, as well as being the first ever 100th competitor. I cannot overemphasize the significance of this. Number 100. This is it. The first competitor to ever wear that number. I'm going to keep on saying it because it's Double Ump. He's been around the jumping community as long as anyone. And he is the last competitor to go. And he's flying through the first 2 obstacles, now onto the TIE Fighter. So far, all 4 All-Stars have defeated Stage 1. Can Ump make it 5 out of 5? That would be unprecedented. He's in the Jump Hang Kai. Jumping through it. Double Ump is looking good on Stage 1 right now. Bridge jump, first pallet, he skips to the 3rd pallet as well. And Double Ump is onto the warp draw. Can he get up it in 1? Yes, he can. 50 seconds left. Lots of time for Double Ump. He gets the flying shoot. No save jump. Double Ump is onto the final 2 obstacles of Stage 1. Come on, Ump. He has all the time in the world, so no need to rush this. He gets a save jump on it. Now for the head slide, Double Ump going down. 30 seconds left, 1 obstacle remaining. Double Ump can do it right here on Stage 1. Just don't make a mistake. We've seen this obstacle take some competitors out, but Double Ump, he's an all-star, he's number 100, and he is moving on to Stage 2. Double Ump, the godfather of Halo jumping, has done it again. That's why he's an all-star. His fellow all-star Fireball celebrating with him right there at the end. Double Ump looks so good on this run. Every single obstacle he handled with ease. The flying shoot was no problem for this guy. And 5 out of 5 All-Stars will move on to Stage 2. That is amazing. That is a testament to how good this group of All-Stars is. And I am so excited for the future of this course with these 5 leading the way. And after 100 competitors, the first stage wraps up on a very positive note. In our first 100 competitor tournament, we have tied the record for Stage 1 clears. 14 competitors, including 8 of the final 10, will advance to Stage 2, getting them 1 step closer to achieving total victory. Atlantic Champ was the first to clear Stage 1, and he was quickly followed by Vulcan 1610, then Flame Vortex, RPG 445, Re95, Snaz, Siren, Sauron Sucks, Pixel Projects, Alpha Puma, Go Tanks, Hunter Unit 751, DHG Fireball, and Double Ump. Incredibly, all 5 All-Stars were successful on Stage 1, but the task only gets harder from here. In the next episode, they will take on Stage 2, that is a true test of speed and precision. Of the 14 competitors advancing, 4 of them will take on the second stage for their first time. the experience levels of our remaining jumpers is as wide a variety as you could hope for, so it should be very interesting to see how the rest of this tournament plays out. If you want to see the next episode as soon as it's released, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, if you ever want to compete in a tournament, just message Smokey Massacre on Xbox Live. We also have a Facebook page for you to check out, so give us a like for updates about the jumping community. That wraps up episode 3 of Tournament 19, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I will see you next time on Halo Ninja Warrior.